Global Foundation for Kids was established in September 2014 with the aim of inspiring destitute children and orphans to focus on education from cradle till they grow up with it. The institution is bridging the gap of illiteracy to alleviating poverty in the country, as learning is better than silver and gold. The establishment of this institution was to aid the destitute and orphan children with the aim of placing them better on the education stream to developing themselves to global change and changing the narrative of Sierra Leone to another developing community settlement and to move on to the next academic index for children that are less privileged, living with no biological parents. The rationale behind all this is to let Global Foundation for Kids eliminate or minimize the rate of illiteracy in Sierra Leone. Lack of quality education factors abject poverty in any given state. Looking at it well, the executive officer, Mohammed Koyate, and wife are the actual architects, founders of this institution, who believe, had it been for education, they wouldn't have achieved this goal today.
We sponsor kids in Sierra Leone, orphans, less privileged, disadvantaged kids. And in Bond, we have about 71 kids that we sponsor in Matrujon. And we give them school shoes, we give them uniforms, complete sets, books, pens, pencils, everything that kids actually need for them to go to school. We are like a parental organization. We take these kids to the tailors, take their measurements, get their different school uniforms, they sew everything, and then we present those uniforms to them, including the shoes, the books, the pencils, the pens, and other items. Before, we used to even pay school fees until the government took over fees. So now we don't pay tuition for them. So we are only complementing government's effort now to actually make sure this education is actually free by giving all these other necessary materials that the kids need to actually complete their educational.
We're really glad today because we don't come from this gathering here. And we see one thing where they remind you now. One thing where they remind you now, Papa, then. We don't born, we get Boku brother then. We get Boku sister then. Where they don't born now, where they don't go school now, where they oversee. Most of the people then, now their young parents and no more than they help. Now their young parents they no more will put them inside the land. Now they help. But that young man,
you little children, when you can benefit today, go and tell your brothers. You are not better than them. You are not better person or sister that will not get this kind of opportunity today. And for the parents that are here present, it's not just the act, but
Mohammed Barry from Centennial Secondary School, Matrujon, Bond Street. Since I was in primary school from class 3, I started a beneficiary of the Global Foundation because my mother has less and my father is not able like her. So I also thank the Global Foundation, the CEO, Mr. Mohammed Koyate, for supporting us. I know it's not an easy deal to love someone, but he has made it, and I pray God will provide more for him.
This orphanage home in Bo will house initial 8 children drawn from 3 districts, Bonf, Bo, and Cambia districts, all of whom will be housed in one house, receive common support, equal opportunities, and schooled in one place. This will aid these children better understand themselves and also know the value of education and the risks that the founder and CEO is taking to have them educated.
I want to say thank you to Brother KK, thank you to the foundation, to the chairman, and to everyone who's gathered here today, and especially with the Kingdom for come and see the place today. This is a very special day.
Global Foundation for Kids has also distributed huge quantum of learning materials to children in Matrujong in Bonf district and Cambia, respectively.
Cambia, on the north side of Sierra Leone, is another district that we operate. In Cambia, we have about 64 kids. They are also orphans, less privileged and disadvantaged kids. We do the same thing right around the country. In Cambia also, we give out uniforms, just like in Matrujong. We give them books, and before this time we've been giving them school bags, school shoes, and we've also been paying school fees before. But now we don't pay tuition for them because of the intervention of government, in the tuition area. So now we just complement government efforts and other NGOs by providing all these necessary learning materials for them. That has to do with school shoes, school books, uniforms, pencils, pens, mathematical sets for even children that are taking the NPSC examinations. We used to provide down to the 2B pencils that is necessary for the examination. So we've just been that kind of parental organization that actually seek the success of these children, that seek the welfare of these children. Whether you're a male or female, we seek all of their interests. Though we pay closer attention to females because these kids, especially females, most times they are much more vulnerable than the male children. So we are always paying closer attention to the females. That is the more reason we have more girls than boys in the organization.
Mariama Matia from the Great Islamic Society Senior Secondary School, Matrujong, SS3, planning to sit my WAS and do my requirement to college. Global Foundation is a good help to us because I was in my JSS2 when Global Foundation started helping me. Like at that time, my mother was so sick, so no one was there to help us. So Global Foundation came at the right time and started helping us. So Global Foundation is really a godsend. Book, pen, shoe, pencil, bags, uniform, a lot of things that help us to educate. Poverty is the biggest thing that is affecting us. Like as for me, I'm talking about me. My mother is a single parent. She's poor, very poor. So through that, I was even about to drop out of school in my JSS2, but God helped Global Foundation to come at the right point and help us. So poverty, and sometimes again, early marriage and other stuff.
An orphanage is a residential institution for care and education of orphans in a given settlement or a global village. A home for children whose parents are dead or unable to care for them, even though alive. It could also be defined as a public institution for care and protection for children without parents. Much care, however, has to be taken because the current kids at this orphanage of Global Foundation in Bo are all girls that government cares for in the country.
We can do a lot more. We can serve 1,000 children if we have the support. But right now, we can only do much because self-funded organizations are very difficult to run, are very difficult to operate. But the only reason this foundation is still standing and still growing is because of the heart that we have. This is love. This is God. We're doing this not because we want to do it, but because God asked me to do this. This is my own purpose. This is my family's purpose. And we're doing it with joy. And we're doing it with pleasure. And we know we're doing it in the interest of this country because we love Sierra Leone and we love the children of Sierra Leone. As of now, we have 72 children in Bond District, Matrujon. We have 64 in Cambia. We have 50 in Kalia, which is Bo District. And in Bo City and Kowama, we've sponsored about 65 kids. And in Freetown, we provided learning materials and sponsorship for about 30 kids. In actual totality, we've actually served over 300 children in Sierra Leone in 8 years. And we've been doing this consistently. We've been steadfast in this. And that tells you how passionate we are about the work of this foundation. And the orphanage, this is just an extension from the home-based family care that we're providing to a more structured care and love for the children. So we're bringing 8 of the orphans that we're currently serving into the orphanage. And those 8 are going to be the sole responsibility of the foundation.
These children therefore demand the care of all Sierra Leoneans, be it mothers, fathers, brothers or sisters, and even fellow children, to give these children quality education so they become better in society in future.